Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. This is where we go behind what's written to the truth and the heart of the story. Today we have with us Dominique Forehand, a poet,
Yes.
spoken word artist, author, mother, creator. Shall I go on?
Keep going. Hold on. Hold on.
How are
Oh,
you? How are you?
I am well. I'm well. I'm excited. I'm honored to do this with you. Thank you for thinking of me.
No
So, yeah.
worries. I knew I had to get you. I knew I had to get you.
Yeah, we bumped elbows a couple of times, and
Yes,
I love
yes.
you as a creative as well. Like very inspirational the way that you perform and your vulnerability. I'm like, I gotta keep her on my Rolodex.
Same here.
Thank
Um,
you.
let's get into it. Is
Mhm.
there with writing, um when you stop when do you stop being just a poet and just become poetry?
It's funny that you say that because I think all of 2025, that was the journey that I was on. Like, no longer just being the poetic creator. It's like, no, I'm Dominique Forehand. Like, I'm all these things. And yeah, it really started when I allowed myself to be a little bit more vulnerable in my words and not so like performative and theatrical and metaphoric, like like all the
Yeah,
things that poetry can be. It's just like really just saying what it is. So once I started doing that, that's I guess that's when I started being the poetry and not just the poet.
nice.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of yours where you did a poem as if you were Charles Wilson Pill from
George Wilson Peele, me?
yes, and you did it in the such that you were stepping into the 1787 and you were telling
Oh.
his story through poetry. And I said, "What the
Yes.
heck?"
Yes, that was for at the Biggs Museum. At the Biggs Museum for the 250th year anniversary of like America. And it was a couple of us. Dennis Spence was there. It was a beautiful lineup and I was honored to even be part of that lineup. You know what I'm saying? We had
Yes.
DSP. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying when I say DSP. That man is he's
Yes.
awesome.
Treasure.
Man, so yeah, we were told to, pick a painting in this museum and write a piece about it. And yeah, that was a crazy curated experience. And I'm leaning into like curated pieces a little bit
Mhm.
more. Um but yeah, like trying to put myself in the shoes of this 17, like you said, 1738 white man and white woman and their experiences and being able to like look past it and really see myself in there and how I can speak for them, from experience, from a shared experience. So yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Nice. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
Just the type of detail you gave it, the absolute I was taken aback. And
Oh
I was like,
wow.
"Oh my goodness. She's the real deal." You
I
understand?
try. I try. Yeah. Thank you.
So, what is your writing environment like? Are you a right off the cuff type of person? Um, or is it more curated? Do you have to set your space up?
I really don't. Usually my writing comes from like a chaotic mental space. A lot of my writing comes from me trying to process things or like get myself out of a feeling or an experience or it really comes from that. Um, I use my Google Docs on my phone a lot. So wherever I am, I have an opportunity to write. So my Google Docs is like loaded with different pieces and ideas and bars, and eventually they all come together. You know, you have those pieces that like I'm gonna save that, like I'm gonna build on that, and then 3 months later it becomes a whole entire masterpiece.
Yes, yes.
But I can do curated, and I find those very fun because um you're just going off the top, really. Like it's not even your experience. Like people, you know, you're writing about people, places, things. There's a little bit of research that you have to do, you know, and to tie it all together and make it poetic and beautiful and share it with that person and see their you know, their expression of it all. Just the whole situation of curated moments and experiences. I love it. So either or, off the top, you know, just going through things, I'm sad I can't get it out, whatever, whatever, writing it in my phone, or actually sitting down and being a different type of intentional, you know.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever written something that, or started to write something that was a little bit too much for you? That you said, I can't go there right now. And if you got, did you get through it and get past it? And how did you do that?
Yeah. And it's so funny because I'm literally dealing with this right now. So last year I wrote a piece. It was for Domestic Violence Awareness Month in October. Um, with my experience, never really like writing about it, talking about it, you know, like I talk about the heartache of the experience, but not ever the situation that caused it. And that was my time to, you know, put a name to the thing, look it in his face and say, this is what happened and this is how I'm moving forward from it. And it's called 2028. And at the very end of the piece, I literally say, in 5 years, do I let you in? This situation resulted in a 5 year PFA. So even in that piece, I'm asking myself still without the answer, like, what do I do when this situation is done in the court of law, you know?
Yeah.
But I am happy to say that, you know, in 2026, people mature and we're grown and we're able to have conversations and we're able to, you know, come together as a unit for our child. And I think that's really beautiful how growth, you know, when people really decide to, you know,
Yes.
just
Yes.
be adults about things, you know, beautiful things happen. So it was a good ending and I can't wait to write about that because I never thought, you know, like I write about my real life experiences, and that was a genuine question that I had and that I could not answer until it came, you know, until the time came, and the time is here, and I'm still processing, like, you know,
Yeah.
what do you do now that you're in? You know, just be a good dad, and I'll be a good mom, and we cool. So, how do you write that and make it sound pretty?
Right.
But
Right.
we'll figure it out, right?
Exactly. Is
Yeah.
there anything that you do to sharpen your skills as a writer and a performer?
Open mics, going to the open mics, you know, reaching out to my community. Like I said, Spence has been like an OG from like the beginning for me. So just holding on to the people that you consider like, you know, like that's like that, you know, and
Yeah.
ask them, how can I remember my pieces? Like, how can I work on my breath work? Like, how can I just being once again vulnerable with what you need and knowing that, you know, the support is there. So I do a lot of that, piggybacking and just going off of the experiences of being in the rooms of the open mic, feeling the energy, seeing what everybody else got going on. Like, okay, like I like how, you know, just play with it.
Yeah.
That's all you
Okay.
got.
Now, as you know, performers, we want to be real and raw for the audience. What
Mhm.
How do you know when to cut that line to the point that you're not bleeding on your audience?
Sometimes I like to bleed, depending on what the
Well,
piece
all
is.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
literally, I have a piece named Rich Girl, and that piece is all about like self-worth and identifying yourself and standing on that no matter what anybody or what it looks like just being true to you and the journey of finding that right that identity for yourself. And almost every time that I read it I cry.
Mm,
I'm choking, I'm pausing, because I feel it. There's been times where I just get through it and I'm like it's more like I'm popping my shit, but it's a deeply emotional piece for me. And I love to do it. Like I would do it when I whenever I get a chance to. I'm gonna do Rich Girl because she's so full. She's so full of everything. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to her. I love Rich Girl. Let her bleed. Hear her. Feel her. Some pieces need that.
when you were writing Rich Girl, did you go into it knowing that this is going to be an emotional piece, or is that just something that came about while you were writing?
So crazy story about this. I'm not sure if you know about the Last Poets, but they're like the pioneers of hip hop, right? And one of the co-founders, I ended up getting connected with his niece. She's like a poet mentor. So I ended up getting connected with her, and I ended up being on his Facebook Live. He does it like every other Sunday on Facebook. I'll share the information with you too. So,
All right.
but yeah, so his word was wealth, and for me, the way that I perceive wealth is, it's you. It's who you are. Your self-wealth, your self-worth. And I just started writing. And it's so crazy because it starts off with like a little song, if I was a rich girl. Na 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 na, and then it just cuts to my daddy once told me money don't grow on trees. And I go in about everything that I feel like is that makes me that makes me worthy and makes my presence known and rich. And at the end I just say I'm a very wealthy woman because of all these things, and I am a rich girl. Like, it's all in me. It's not how I am perceived or what I can give. It's just how I come. That's my
Yeah.
richness. That's my worth. So I did not know I was going to go there, but I went there and I'm glad I did because that is now like a published piece in my new chapter that I just launched last week. So she came a long way and I'm glad that I had that experience. Like, all together,
Nice.
that's a legendary, that is core memory. That whole situation is going down in history. Yeah.
That is awesome. We're gonna switch up. I got something to show you real quick, and I want to know
Okay.
where this line came from.
Gratitude didn't come to me wrapped in privilege. It came through lessons, through loss, through moments I had to survive before I could savor the sweetness of sacrifice.
Mm,
And still, I love this life.
yeah. Just look at me. Yeah. Yeah. That was a curated piece.
Oh, okay.
Yes. One of my first, I always say it's a first. I'm like, nah, I did this before, but the experience just feels a little bit different, right? So my
Yeah.
first curated piece, one of my one of my friends, she had an event and it was for her birthday, and she wanted me to write a piece about her. And with me being able to get to know her within these last couple of years, and then just hearing her story, she's a older woman, not that old, like she's still moving, like that's my girl. But she's a little bit older than me, so she has some life experiences, but I was able to relate. So everything that I was saying right there, like, it didn't come with a privilege. Like, I had to work for my peace. I had to work for my joy. Yeah, yeah. Just connecting the bridge from one person to another and allowing the poetry to be that.
Okay. I got one more for you.
Oh,
Ugh,
I love this.
my honey,
Oh,
my sweet thing, the one my body desires. That champagne kiss, that lemon pepper all flat, shooting shots of tequila, my lime squeeze. You're a good time and a good person with a good heart, but you are not my forever love.
forever a moment.
Yes, I love that line. You are not my forever
Ooh,
love. And I could see you
yeah.
getting into the flow of it during that portion of it.
Hmm.
Did you write those lines knowing it was going to hit?
No. That was more so like that was like one of my petty pieces. It was one of my petty pieces. But in a sense where I just had to be honest. Like I had to be for real with myself. I had to be for real with the muse. And that was the truth. Like you're a good time, you're a good person, but you are not my forever love. And I'm not about to sit here and be delusional and keep dragging on this situationship. Like, please. That's basically what that was. So no, I didn't. I was just popping it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever find yourself holding back in your writing? Like, no, we're not ready to go there, not for this piece.
Um, yeah, yeah. Depending on where I'm at, like actually processing the situation, you know. Like
Hmm.
sometimes I'm just at the point where I can say I'm confused or my feelings are hurt. But as you process it, within yourself, get a couple more bars that you can add to it. Um, And I feel like that's just the beauty of it for real. Just letting the piece be what it is at that time and not try to rush it and not try to make it something that it's not. Because you never know what you're gonna learn within the next 48 hours that you're like, oh, that all this should make sense. Let me put the pen to the and
Yeah.
just build it from there. So
Where is Miss Dominique Forehand going in 2026?
to the moon. Going to the moon. Going to the moon. But
Okay.
no, but I have some. I feel really good about this year. I feel like I started this year off pretty strong. If you ask me,
Absolutely.
I feel like I've really got my foot in the door, and I'm allowing myself to be immersed in the craft and the art and the community. So, I mean, it's literally only up. I don't know what more I want to do with it besides being an author and, doing like ebooks and putting a little music over, all the things that you can do with words. I definitely want to do it, but, at its pace, at its time, all I know is up. Literally, it's up.
That's what's up. How do you handle the poetry life and seeing the writing, the practicing, the going to open mics, the connecting, and
Mhm.
all that it encompass with everything else that you have going on?
I just try to put it in like my daily schedule. You know, like for instance, Nomad first Wednesday, I know I'm gonna be there every first Wednesday. Just building it into my life and my regular thing.
What advice would you give a brand new, fresh out poet?
Um, if you are afraid to speak your words, frequent open mics. Not as an artist or a performer, but be part of the audience so you can see the love and the encouragement and how everybody else uses the mic. Like, don't be afraid to put yourself in these places. Whether you're speaking or not, just being there is abundant. Like, you can get so much out of just being in spaces.
So thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Until next time. We'll see you. Keep writing.
Will do. You as well. I can't wait to bump elbows again. For
Yes.
sure. For sure.